Coming through with the strength in you. Hey, boo. Hey, coming through with the strength in you. Hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do? What it do? Coming through with the strength in you. Ain't you? Say, coming through with the strength in you. You got it, boo. Coming through with the strength in you. You made it. Good job. Come through. Strengthen you. Push through. Hey, strengthen you coming through.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Sugarfoot, Sweet Face, Honey Love, my favorite people in the world. How are you this morning? I'm excited for life always as we start this show. It's a Monday, which means it's another opportunity. We made it through the week. And guess who I got on the line? My other booze, the other host. We're going to bring in courage and wisdom in a second. But I just wanted to hit you with a good morning and let you know we're going to talk about the power of positivity today. And we're just going to spill this love into you, and I'm just excited for all of it. So let me bring in my honey love, Miss Courage, about to come through. Her voice not all there today, so don't be trying to force her to talk. Not a lot, but she coming in anyway, y'all. Give it up for Miss Courage.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, honey. How are you?
I'm doing a little good.
A little good. I'll take that. That's better than no good at all.
I'm here.
Hey, that's more than a lot of people could say. You made it, and I'm so proud that you still made it despite your voice. Thank you. I cherish
You're
that.
welcome.
Thank you so much. And we're about to bring in our king of the bunch, Wisdom, about to come through with the come through like Al.
What's up, everybody? Woo!
Good
I'm
morning,
back.
honey. How are
I'm back
you?
in my throne, my room. I'm not on the boat this week, so I'm gonna talk my ass off. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna talk for me and courage. Don't worry about it.
Welcome.
What's up?
So this morning, y'all. First of all, I don't know how many of y'all follow the YouTube or my actual page, but I did a thing last night, y'all, and it was dope. And it was poetry. I went to a poetry slam. I never did that before, and it was so awesome to hear the feedback and to realize I am a girl of many talents. So yay! But we're going to talk about today the power of positivity. We possibly may have a guest, but we'll just see what life throws at us, and we're gonna play it by ear. But how was your guys' weekend? We can start with you, Wisdom, since we're not gonna make Courage do too much talking today.
My weekend was good. Saturday I took a little break off working out. And I've been on this new diet, which has helped my blood pressure immensely. Also lost some weight, so that's good. Like I'm going on the week now on Wednesday with this new diet and this new workout plan, and I've lost like 6 pounds. So I'm doing really good. I feel good. Just the energy around me is going good, and I just feel good. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good.
That is amazing. So that just shows that goes to show little changes make big gains. So I'm proud of you.
Absolutely.
Good job. That's awesome. And how about you, Miss Courage? Just give us a piece, a little snippet, not too much, honey.
Good.
Oh, you can tell you're sick.
She said she had a good week, y'all, and with a smile on her face, says she's good. So we're gonna love on you and just you can type what you want to say, and we'll say it for you.
For real.
We love you enough to let you keep the voice that you have because it has to heal. So if you keep talking, it's not gonna heal. So we're not gonna
Mm.
force that on you.
We're
But no,
just
like
glad you're here with
I was
us,
just
you
gonna
know?
say that. Just like I said, we're
Well,
just glad you're here, honey.
I told you we gonna show up. We might not be all the way right.
You in here, that's all that matters. So besides just when I say we're talking about the power of positivity, y'all, that don't mean just like regular life. So I brought that up because number one, school is starting back. And with school starting back, people got to find ways to stay positive because they trying to juggle home, school with the kids and their homework and their regular life and bosses and what they demanded from them and just everything that's happening. So it's important to find positivity through all the stuff that's coming our way with school starting back. So for me right now, school is starting tomorrow for my son. And one of my, I guess, a trick that I'm using this morning to start my positive kick of all these new adventures is I've incorporated jazz into my morning and just
Mm.
playing some soft, smooth jazz and just reminding myself of what I am capable of doing throughout that day, not necessarily what I can't do or everything that I gotta do, but what I can actually get done. So today I'm just focused on um, getting all the supplies ready for my son and making sure this show is dope because we on here and just sharing light and positivity. So that's what my focus is. You got any recommendations, Mr. Wisdom down there?
Um, that jazz uh tip is a good one. I might start using that one to be honest to start my day. Um, but meditation helps in the morning as well. Breathing exercises, just like even like just quiet, when you're drinking your morning coffee is a good way to kind of get your mind right and start you for your day. I've been doing some affirmations in the morning, which has been like helping me kind of get confident and uh being starting the day off right, in a positive light, instead of just going online and maybe seeing a post that's not gonna like register with me and it's gonna put me in a bad mood.
Right.
And luckily, my feed doesn't consist of that, but you never know. You never know what's gonna come on your timeline. So just starting your day with and if you're like a man of God, like I am, prayer. Start your day off with prayer. Um, you, it's a great way to kind of start your day and get everything going. So, um, those are a couple of tips I would suggest to start your day off in a positive light rather than a negative one.
Those are good tips. Now, I know you guys are not parents necessarily, but you be around kids and have to deal with kids. So, do you have some maybe ideas or feedback for those parents who got to get jump back into this school work balance of life?
Um, I would suggest giving them a shot at tail. Now I'm joking, but just like get your mind right so you can get their mind right. You know what I mean? Like, it starts with you. So if you're structured and you're the captain of the ship, so if you're leading by example, they'll fall in line. I don't have any kids per se, and I know Courage does it, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and I've been around changing diapers and doing all that. So, um, starting like getting them up early and letting them adjust to getting up early. Like, for instance, if you know that week, for instance, strength, your kids are starting tomorrow, I would probably start getting them up early a week before school starts to kind of get them in that routine instead
Yeah.
of like, yo, it's your first day of school, like get up early, and they're not used to it. They're like, oh, they're still groggy and they're still getting there.
Yeah, that's a good tip. But I would honestly, as a parent, I would say me personally, that worked when my kids were younger. But
Mm,
the older that they are, I want them to learn what it's like to have to get up no matter how late you stay up. You knew what you had to do the day before. Like I've already let you know for a week, like school is coming, the day is coming. So as school is approaching, I'm warning you and letting you know what it is. So if
mm-hmm.
the day before you go to bed at midnight and you know you got to get up at 8 or 7 in the morning, that's on you because I'm still getting you up and you still better do right in school or we're gonna
Yeah.
have a problem.
Well, it helps when they're older because
Yeah,
you kind of already know what time it is, you know.
right.
But those of y'all who have kids who are a little bit younger, I would suggest that and take my advice with a grain of salt. This is coming from somebody who has no kids, right? I get upset when the dog pisses on my carpet. Don't listen to me.
Hey, but good advice is still good advice. I would say for little ones, make it a game. If you give
Mm,
them timers and different things to see who can do it the fastest, or to see if they can beat you. Most little kids want to beat you or make it,
that's very
some
true.
fun. So if you make it a little game for them, turn your time on. I bet you can't do this in 30 seconds. Watch how fast they get their shoes on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, oh, I bet you can't eat your breakfast within 10 minutes, and then set the time and put it in front of them and let them watch that time. They gonna do it faster because it's a game now. So
Uh huh.
that's a
And
good
it's a
one.
competition. And like
Exactly.
I remember, I still am competitive. Like I want to win all the time. So that was even more so when I was a kid. I just want to be first place, junior. So that's great advice. Like I would, if I ever have the privilege of having a kid, whether it's mine or not, because I'm open to adoption too. Um, that's something I want to implement moving forward. So, great advice, Strength. Great advice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but Church, I'm really not gonna bother you, honey. I want so again, guys. Let me remind y'all that Miss Kurt's voice is kind of out, so I don't want to bother her and make her talk a lot. So she's just gonna sit there and be beauty of courage, because she needs to shine just like she is with no voice today.
But I have
But
Yo, is that our homie James that was
yes,
part
it
yes,
of the?
is. Hey, James, honey.
Where is my friend request, James?
that's
I'm
James
calling
Shep.
you out. Calling you out.
He calling you out, James. Well, his friend request, sir. Trina, Miss Courage, you was finna say something. I saw that finger do like this.
Yes, it's another topic. Most parents are stressing because we're going into another school year
Mm-hmm.
with more things on our mind, as is our kids say, with everything that's going on. So what can you tell the parents to stay positive when they worried about their kids, when they look at their kids in the morning and they have that in their mind, is they gonna be okay? Or,
Mm,
they overprotection.
Oh, that's a good one.
that is a good one.
To be honest, I would say as a parent, we're gonna always worry. We're gonna always have things that we're paranoid about because we can't watch our kids every move. So all you can really do is teach them everything it is to know, especially it's unfortunate, but being people of color, we have to teach our kids a little differently. So you just got to make sure you communicate with your child about everything and teach them that respect is foremost. So you basically you can't give them a reason to want to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's the teachings you can give them. I really don't know how to tell them to stay positive, because the only way you can really stay positive
Mhm.
is to speak that life into your child and into yourself, and fit and know that you're doing your part. And if you're a person of faith, have that faith, pray often, and speak life over your babies as often as you can. And like I said, just always communicate with them, teaching them what they're supposed to do. And if they're following every rule that they're supposed to follow, hopefully, I'm not saying y'all know from experience, I'm not saying doing right always make right things happen, but it minimizes negative things from happening because you're doing everything you're supposed to do. And if you don't get hyphy whenever authority approaches you, then they won't have a reason to respond in certain ways sometimes. You know what I mean? So I just can all I can say, it's a dark and it's a hard crew roar right now, y'all. And we just gotta speak it, and it just take the village. We gotta work together as a team and know that we got each other back. I really don't have a true answer for that, and I'm sorry that I don't have a better answer. But that's kind of, as a parent, all the advice I have, because I have boys,
Yeah.
so I definitely have to teach them different. Because again, our skin and they male, so they kind of have a double sword against them. So I just try to make sure that they're so respectful that you can't do nothing but honor my kids because they're so respectful. So that's kind of
I, I think what you were mentioning, I know you don't have a solid answer, right? But I think the biggest takeaway is have faith. Like, put your faith in something that, if you don't believe in God, believe in the universe, whatever it is. But have faith that things are gonna be okay. Once you lose faith, oh man, that really becomes like a dark, dark, dark. I mean, it's already dark out there, but
Yeah.
um when you lose faith, then you lose your optimism for life and your positivity, and um, you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. I know sometimes it's hard and it's gonna get testy, but like if you remain faithful and you remain true to yourself,
yeah.
good things usually happen for you. So to piggyback off what you were saying, have faith that things are gonna be okay.
Yeah. So y'all, guess what? Our guest has joined the building. So before I
Mm.
let her in, though, I just want to know before I let her in, the topic of the day is power of positivity. So can you tell me, courage, in a few words, what does that mean to you? The power of positivity.
It means that you got to have the power to stay focused on positive, because if you don't, negative will come in and consume over. And it's like you can't see yourself through because it's all this negative coming towards you. And you have to know to keep the power of positive.
Absolutely. I love that answer. Thank you, Miss Courage. And Mr. Wisdom, what does the power of positivity mean to you, honey?
To me, kind of piggybacking off of courage, I'm gonna piggyback mood today. Um, kind of like you can't like lose yourself in whatever life's ups and downs because there's gonna be ups and downs. But the power of positivity is allowing yourself to remain positive when things don't seem to go your way. Um, there's definitely moments in life that are feeling like you're not in first place, like your last place, so you're coming up short, and those things are okay. But like, don't allow yourself to be negative. Like, remain positive through the ups and the downs, to the dark, the ugly, and the beautiful, and you will notice like most of those things are temporary. Most things in life are temporary. So when you allow yourself to be positive, there's a whole new world out there. A whole new world.
Absolutely. I love that. Awesome. I love that wisdom. But I wanted to ask you guys your idea of what that meant to you first before I brought our guest in, because this lady is one of the most positive people I've ever met. And she's overcame some things. So she has a power that you can only, some people can only dream about, because it's just, it radiates. Just let me shut up. Let me bring my honey in here. And we have Miss Willette M. Hurst on the stage. How are you, Sugarfoot, Sweet Face,
Hey,
Honey
Sugar
Love?
Plum, Sugar Sweet Feet, and hi, Miss Trina.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you? Let me start right there.
I ain't fantabulous. I'm sorry I was late, but the devil was trying to keep me out. But my phone died and everything else, so I know somebody gonna be minister on the show. But you guys are ministering to people every day on your show. I have been honored to be able to watch your show and to glean off of your wisdom, off your courage, and off your strength, which is really ministering to people in this dark time.
Thank you, honey. I
Aw.
really appreciate that. Look, I'm over here like, oh,
I'm like,
and
oh shucks.
it's an absolute pleasure to have you here, honey. So I've already told everybody your name, but I'm gonna let you shine your light. Can you tell us your name and your location?
So my name is Willette Hurst, and I'm coming straight out of Cali, the sunny Southern
Yeah.
Cal. And yeah, I'm just honored. You know, the God is just good. that you just good, and the storms that you go through, the reason why you went through them, because he knew he could trust you with those storms, because he knew you wasn't gonna hold it for yourself. He knew that you was gonna help free some people, some other people. You was gonna go back through what you just came out of and go snatch some people up out of it. So God is just good. And it's just like when she said, I've been through a lot of stuff, I've been through, you could say, I've been through being molested. I've been through bankruptcy. I've been through eviction. I've been through a domestic violence for 20 years. I've been, you name it, I've been through it, but it happened for me, but it didn't happen to me.
Say that, say that, say that. Yes, honey.
If I could steal a line, that part, you know.
That is dope. Can you tell us that time frame that you went through all those different struggles?
So the struggle, so it's been my, and if I really, to be honest with you, the struggle has been through my whole life. But had I not been through that, and when people, I think, Cynthia Joy, when you were on the Roy Anthony show, you're a bright light. Your light just shines everywhere you go anyway. But when you said that, the struggles that you go through, you look at it, had I not gone through all that stuff, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today.
Absolutely.
My greatest failures has been my greatest successes, if that makes sense.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if I had not went through, as a child, I went through molestation. I was 14, but then in 2012, the doctor said I was totally disabled from cervical nerve damage, carpal tunnel in my hands, and everything. And then when the doctor told me that I was totally disabled, I said, but God didn't tell me I was disabled.
Say that.
So I can't do the computer like I used to do, but what I do now, I use this, because this is my weapon, right? This is my weapon. Yeah, the game switched up, but then, God, we limit God, because we think we're supposed to be right here, be low, but we're supposed to live abundantly, right? So all this stuff. So in 2012, he said I was totally disabled. That's when I thought I had lost everything, but I actually gained everything.
Mm.
I was evicted. I was bankrupt, low self-esteem, everything. God sent me on a journey from California, rolled off my friend's couch, was homeless in other people's houses for 6 years almost. Rolled off of other people's couches, rolled off my friend's couch in Cali, and drove to Georgia. Didn't even know where I was going to live.
Hmm.
Didn't even know where I was going to live, and was in the wilderness, my Abraham experience, for Georgia for 2 years and North Carolina for 11 months. And what I can tell you, and I'm not telling you from what I read, I'm telling you that it made me the woman that I am today. Because had you not been through those strokes, had you not been through all the warfare that you've been through in life, if you looked in the mirror and you took one piece of the stuff that you came through, you wouldn't be that woman or that man that you see in the mirror.
But today we know that girl, but we talking about you today, who you are, and your light, and how you shining through your storms, because you are
You
still
know what?
positive. So now, what we want to know really is how, besides God, because we can obviously tell you're a woman of God, you are very
Mm-hmm.
faithful to the Father, and I love that. But I
Right.
want to know, for those people who may not be on that part of their walk yet,
Okay.
how do you find positivity to still fight as hard as you do and go for your goals and try to accomplish things in life, although you've
It's
been.
hard. It's hard. When I say I have my good days, and you say, and I still say, I always say the Christian, because that's who I am. It's not what, that's my walk, right? And so I always say I have bipolar Christian moments, because one moment I say, oh, God is good, praise the Lord, this or that. Then I go to a pity party where
Uh-huh.
I have a cake. I have a ain't nobody coming. Jesus ain't even coming. And then I be crying and boo-hooing, right? And then I feel like I'm a failure. And then I say, when the tears, then I go to the other extreme. I say, when the tears are gone, the gloves come on. Because no matter what happens is you be off the ground. Like old school is, you get on the ground and you dust your shoulders off. So I've been on the ground probably more than I've been standing up. I've been hit more than, how you say people throw the kitchen sink at you. I think I've been getting the whole house thrown at me, right? But what I learned is, and I, even if not even using the Christian walk, what I learned is it made me stronger through all the warfare. Because what I say is, when you come throw something at, when you've been rejected by your mama, and you've been rejected for your mama, and the streets can't do nothing to you. If you've
Somebody
been,
said, "Did you just dust your shoulders off?"
you know what that is. You
Yes,
know
yes,
what that
Lord.
is. But you know, when you have people from your home front and you go through certain warfares, you draw strength from that.
Yeah.
You gonna either come out better or you gonna come out bitter. But you
Mm.
gotta decide how you gonna come out,
What you said.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna come out better or bitter. Could I come out of all the stuff I've been out? I could have came out as a victim, but the victim card don't redeem you Nathan. It don't do you nothing, right? So I decided to flip the script and I'm gonna come out stronger than I ever went in, right? But people will think because they watch you go through your stuff. You find out who got your back when you own your back.
Absolutely.
That's how
I
they
love
want
that, girl. I love that. Wait a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
No, but seriously, yo, straight
Yeah,
up,
it's true though.
it really is true. Now, before I ask my next question, let me give my other host courage and wisdom a chance. He got any questions for Miss Willette right now?
Thank you first of all for your bravery in sharing your story with us. We truly appreciate it. But one thing I wanted to know, when you're going through those trials and tribulations, what is one thing besides God and besides positivity that you lean on, uh, to kind of get you through those tough days? You know, Strength said earlier, not everyone unfortunately is not walking the walk, you know. So what are ways that you kind of get over some of your trials and tribulations?
You know, honestly, right now, I can tell you right now, I'm going stronger than ever. And you know what's pushing me even more? Because people have watched you fail. People have watched you fail and they expect for you to stay down. So I'm not giving you the benefit for me to stay down there. So, right? So I'm going to go harder and or go harder or go home because I'm not going to let you keep watching me stay on the ground. So what pushes me, you sitting back there, or they say my haters, expecting for me to
to.
stay down there. So I'm gonna keep swing, batter, swing. I'm gonna swing until I knock that ball out the park. You won't watch me on the ground. You won't watch me lose everything. You know, I was the type of person that I was the foundation for everybody. I was Captain Saver, but I never saved this one. Where all
Mm.
puzzle pieces, 3,000 puzzle pieces fall apart, or all the puzzle pieces that I think Cynthia said, Trina said it, when all
Mm-hmm.
your pieces fall apart, and then you help everybody else put their puzzle pieces together, and then when all your stuff fall apart, they don't even bend down to help you pick up one piece. We got a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
We got a problem. So what pushes me that you expecting for me to come out losing? Much is given, much is required. The first to be last and the last to be first. I
Hmm.
win. I'm that major underdog that everybody counted out. I'm the major chick that you like, she ain't gonna be nothing, right?
Mm.
But I've been marked. So the score has already been posted. I'm that underdog that you gonna watch through the movie, go through all of that, got the thick eyeglasses on and all that stuff, and you say there ain't gonna be nothing. But at the end of the movie, you jump to the end of the movie and I'm owning the company. That's me. That's what pushes me. Did
That's
I answer your question?
Yeah,
the,
absolutely. Absolutely. You got me ready to go through a wall.
with power
Woo!
and passion, right? With power
Courage,
and
do you have a
passion.
question for our lovely guest?
I tell
You
you,
answered the hell out of that question.
For real.
I tell you one thing. She can, she started talking. I'm over here like, Lord, please let my voice come in.
What you want to say, girl? The Lord then brought the voice through for you.
Because it all ties in and it takes us back to when we go through trauma. And if you sit there and you bitter, because I was there, you bitter, you
Mm,
mad, you keeping that anger, that bitterness, and you question, this shouldn't have happened to me. you further along, you holding back your progress.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep looking back, you won't know what you are capable of doing in the future.
That was me. That was me.
And she
That was
was
me.
speaking, and my spirit was over here like, Lord, please, just let me please. And I was over
For real.
He hit you with
I
a
was
little
over here like,
current.
Lord, please. Just let me get a little voice because she touching my spirit.
You know what? I was like that for a long time. Like, why not me? Why my family don't kick it with me? What? Why they call? I've been being able to talk to people during my brokenness, right? And my family think I'm a gypsy. Why they don't see me? But why not? Why not? So just because you didn't see the value in me, that's because you're not everybody's supposed to be sitting at the table with you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everybody can't come with you. You know when you go, especially if you growing up, if God put you through a lot of stuff, if you growing up, when you grow up, in order to go up, you gotta take some weights off, right? You gotta lose some dead weight, right?
Listen there, wait.
You gotta lose the dead weight. We be trying to hold on to people, trying to take it with you and stuff. But you be having people on your boat and they putting holes in your boat. The water all coming up. The water all coming up. You like, what the heck going on? Why am I drowning? Yeah, because them Negroes back there got holes in your boat. And you still trying to take them with you.
Girl said, listen.
Dang.
Sing it to the
I'm like,
people in the back. Oh my God, I felt that.
I'm surrounded by beautiful, strong black women today, and I feel the energy. I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's dope.
Roy,
Roy Anthony said
Roy Anthony,
it's not
I see you,
expected,
boy.
but accepted in their own home, families, so-called friends, etc. Fact.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They ain't all meant to be with you, honey, because they don't all want the best for you. So you find out who
Mm-hmm.
meant for you. Like she said, when you're on your back, you find out who want to lift you up. That's how you find
Yep.
out. That is
Mhm.
so. I am, girl. I am on fire. So okay, knowing that everything has its ups and downs, like plants, animals, ain't no surprise that humans do too. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we all up, but we have our downs. But how
Mm-hmm.
does it actually show up in your life?
The down part or the up part?
The depression. How does depression show up in your life?
It show up like when I'm by myself, and a lot of times it depends on how heavy the stuff that you've been through creates, well, with me it creates an oil,
Okay.
a high oil, right? And people, a lot of times when I talk, a lot of people, I can share a whole lot of stuff that I've been through and a lot of stuff, and a lot of people can't relate to what I'm saying. You know, like when you go through a lot of stuff, people don't relate to it until they hit their door stop, right? Until they hit their house, or until it hit their bank account, or it don't hit their bank account. Or
Right.
like Les Brown says it best, that 80% is happy, don't want to hear about what you're going through, and 20% glad it happened to you. So what happens is I would get depressed because, like, I want to be able to convey to people, like, you know what, because I'm an encourager, because I am such a powerhouse, everybody expects for me to give. But where is it where where can somebody pour into me? Who can pour into me, and they can stand it, and they're not gonna fall apart because of the weight that I lean on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that gets depressing because it's like, you can come to me, people will draw. People will draw. They'll suck the life out of you. Like people will suck on you so much. When you leave them, you have to go to Blue Cross or Red Cross to get a blood transfusion.
Right.
But then when you need it, you people don't have the capability to do it. So at your point, your question is, how do I get depressed? I have to draw back, and a lot of times I have to protect my intimate space.
Mm.
Okay. So I think I asked you that because I wanted to know, has your depression, because a lot of us go through it, and I'm not talking about just stroke survivors, because remember, this is about
Mm-hmm.
trauma. So when
Mm-hmm.
people get really depressed, they usually want to harm themselves. And so I guess I wanted to ask you, has your depression and the things that you've been through ever led you to want to do any harm to yourself?
I did when I was younger. I tried to commit suicide over a guy, which was crazy because he wasn't worth it. But
He was worth it.
he wasn't even worth the thought part of that. But but a lot of times I have thought it, not now, but when I was going through, when I was in the wilderness by myself and I was losing everything, I would have thought like I wouldn't have wanted to be here.
So I
You
guess
know?
in those times, because now you're too strong to fathom these things, but I guess I want you to go back to that person, that
Mhm.
broken person, because that's who we're talking to right now. We're talking to all the broken people, and we're trying
Okay.
to pull them out of their darkness. So you're that dark person right now, and you're in the midst of
Okay.
your storm, and you haven't quite found God yet, because right
Mm.
now you're just angry with everything that's happening. How do you pick up? How no? How did you pick up before you
I had it.
found God?
It took a long time. It
It
took a
don't matter
long
how long
time.
it took, just but how what was your starting point? Was it you talking to yourself and reminding yourself of the beauty in you, or was it somebody else that helped pull you out? Or like
I had it was different people that I would be able to talk to at when they're on them down moments. Like I had a friend's mom that I met in high school, and she's 70 something years old. So a lot of times when I have, even now, if I have down moments or something and I'm trying to process something because I don't have a whole lot of people around me, I run it across there because you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. When you're going through it, you can't see it. And then if you get inside yourself, that's when you'll be want to do suicide attempts. That's when you want to quit, and then so you have to talk it out and get it outside of you. Because what happens is when we get depressed, we go inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then all we have is just that limited knowledge of us. And
right,
that's what's destructive. Did that answer your question?
somewhat. It did answer my question, but I guess I'm thinking more the lines for those who don't have that support system, who is not strong enough yet
Hmm.
to search
So
for
what can they
those
draw on?
resources and avenues, like they're not necessarily there yet.
Okay.
It,
So
in
I would
those lines.
suggest like to draw on themselves to just to look to start writing. I would say to start writing, to get it outside of you. Put your thought process on paper and read that and also look at write down where you've come from, because a lot of times we get depressed because depression comes from the past.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times if we write down and get it out of us and write down where we came from, then you will look at it and say you'll get a glimpse of, it's called like a touch tone of how far you've come. Because just like when you stand in a line somewhere, when you go to the grocery store or something, you be like, dang, that line is long, right? You
Right.
stand there looking at that line, you like, dang, that line is long. But if you turn around and when you get to the front of the line, if you turn around and look at how far you come, then you
Right.
get a more reward of where you're at right
I
now.
love that. I love that acronym. I mean, not acronym, but you know what I'm talking about.
Metaphor.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love that though. That's dope. That really is dope. I love that. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions for? Because I got another good one for.
I do actually. You sharing your advice and your perspective on things has like led me to think about like when I was younger and I was going through my depression and my suicidal thoughts, because I would do the same thing, coming in before the glow up, right?
Hmm.
And one thing that I heard you say is putting stuff down on paper. Um, that's something I did when I was going through when I didn't have the confidence to like either speak out to somebody or just get out and talk to myself, because sometimes we're our own worst critic and then we're worst
Hmm.
enemy. So when you get in your head like that and you're able to write it down and speak it out, um, what I guess my question is like, what is the starting point like for you where you're like, I have to do this to make it to that point? Like, what caused you to like get to that point where you're like, oh, I have to write this down, to start the healing process?
Getting angry, getting sick and tired of being sick and tired, getting pissed off, and like I'm done of being this way. And when you go through a lot, you like, I didn't go through all this to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
What the freak is this? Like, I be having conversations like, what the freak is this? What's going on? To be honest with myself and what I see and what I feel. A lot of times you want to sugarcoat what you going on and stuff. And the real part, the real part is you got to be honest with you. Get naked with yourself. Get naked with how you feel. Don't act like it's not there. Confront your stuff. It's ugly. But I guarantee you, as you confront yourself and you work on yourself and you're the biggest project that you'll ever have.
Facts.
But you're worth it.
I love that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you answered my question. Joy.
Well, that was a dope. First of all, before I even continue, let me let the people know I am about to share a number with you guys while we have Miss Willette. And this is something new that we're starting this week, just to kind of
Oh
fill it
yeah.
out and see what it does with these last 15 minutes before I get on her nerve and ask her this other question. So I'm going to post a number. If you guys have any questions or feedback that you want to put actually in the show, there are two numbers for you to call and be able to ask questions, give feedback, and just kind of be a part of the show, but not be a part of the show. I'm going to leave that there and let you kind of figure out if you want to be a part of that. But Miss Willette, what I wanted to do was ask you if there was someone that was at this very, very moment watching this show and they were going through the biggest storm of their life, what would you tell them to help them never give in to giving up on themselves?
Don't give up on yourself. I know the storms is hard, but the storms don't last always. While you going through the storm, learn with the lesson that's in that storm. There's always a gift in that storm. There's always a present in that storm. And then if you stay on, right, if you hold on and you hold on and you hold on to the last end, there's gonna be you're gonna get the gift at the end. Most of the storms, like when we want to really, really give up, is that's when the blessing is right around the corner. I know people say like that's cliche or whatever. I'm not telling you for something I read. I'm telling you from something that I know. I'm telling you from something that I live. That if you stay on, just hold on because you're worth it. You're worth it. Don't give up on you because I believe in you. Don't give up on you. We believe on you. If you're listening to this show and you're listening to our voices, we here because of you, because we believe in you.
I love you,
Stay the
girl.
course. Stay the course, guys.
As she said, guys, you can never give in to giving up on you. I know it's hard, but you got to remember when you're down, guess what? Ain't nowhere else to go but up. There is a
Mm-hmm.
purpose for your pain. Everything you go through is strengthening you to keep going
Mm-hmm.
through everything you're finna continue to go through.
Mm-hmm.
You are strong, you are resilient, you are worthy, you are loved, you are courageous, you are needed. Everything that you're meant to be is who you are, 100% who you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Never give in to giving up on you. We are here for you. Shine your light like the star you are. What you was finna say, honey love?
Who, me? I
Yeah.
just wanted to say that there's the world is waiting for you. But if you're going through major storms, that's why there's a big call on your life. There's something that people that you have to reach. That's if you're in a major storm, that's why you're going through it. So hold on to that storm because there's glory on the other side.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to say real quick, Amen. Amen. Like
It ain't
seriously,
no, yeah,
like
we can still say more stuff, y'all. First
like
of all, y'all know this this whole thing is new, so I appreciate all of the patience that you have as we continue to build this foundation of love and positivity, because we're gonna create change, and we're gonna do some new things, and you're gonna be a part of this world with us. Oh, that was my alarm. I did my question and answer thing too early. But anyway, I'm just grateful for you each and every week that you tune in. I'm grateful for every time you choose to get up and try again. I'm grateful every time you choose to find other ways and not give in to what
Mm-hmm.
this life is trying to bring to you. So I'm just grateful for everything.
Doesn't it just feel good to wake up in the morning and just to say, you know what, just to be grateful for something, just to be positive, like, yeah, you could I went to the store yesterday. The lady said, you just happy for no reason. Everybody don't have no money and you just cheesing. And you know what? Because I know where I came from. You know what I'm saying? I know what I've been through. So why not smile? Because I
Exactly.
can get up and smile. You know what I'm saying? So be that light. Joy, when you go through and everybody see that bright light and the joy and stuff, you just gonna shine, and people going through stuff, and people need this right now. They're going through the
Absolutely.
hardest thing they have ever went through, and they just need that light. They need that encouragement, that empowerment to say, you know what? If they can make it, I can make it.
Absolutely. Because we're gonna always remind everybody that yes, we are
Mm-hmm.
all stroke survivors, but we are all trauma survivors. Trauma looks
Mm-hmm.
different for everybody. It could have
Everybody.
been molestation. Hell, you could have not had no food as a kid. That's a trauma. Anything
Mm-hmm.
that was penetrating to your heart and it consumed you in a negative way is trauma. So ain't
Mm-hmm.
no trauma too small or ain't none more than the next. We just got to
Mm-hmm.
learn to embrace each other and lift each other up through all of our traumas, because we've all been through something. So know
Mm-hmm.
that this show is not dedicated to one or the other. It's dedicated to all of us, because we are all important, and everything we've been through is valid and should be acknowledged. And know that we love you. We do this because we love
Mhm.
you. Ain't nobody giving us no money. We just love you. But it's
And
real
kind
life.
of real quick, kind of piggyback off what Miss Willette said. Yo, guys, I challenge you. Just one time a day, write one thing. Just one thing. Start with one thing that you're grateful for, and
I
write
love
it down. And then tomorrow, do the same thing. The day after that, do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice, like some days will be like, you have a cheat day. "Ah, I'm grateful for Doritos, right? But some days you'll get in your head and you'll think like, what am I grateful for? And do
Mm-hmm.
something different every single day. And you'll notice by the time you get to week two, you get more introspective with some of the things that you're grateful for. I might start off like, I'm grateful for this TV show, and then it go to a place where you're like, I'm grateful for the air I breathe today
Mm-hmm.
and waking up. So I challenge you guys to go ahead and do that once a day. Just write what you're grateful for. Doesn't take that but like 2 minutes, and you'll notice like a change in your character and development. And I was gonna say, you go through your storms, it builds character. It
It
builds
does.
like you come out of it a stronger individual. I know, like when you're going through it, it seems like everything is like black and there's no future ahead. But if you just get past it and hold on, man, life is so beautiful, and some of the lessons that you'll be able to learn
Mm-hmm.
will like stay with you for the rest of your life, and you're able to bestow that wisdom onto other people and other survivors of trauma. So don't give up on yourself so you can be there for somebody else at the end of the day.
I like to piggyback on wisdom. Can I piggyback on wisdom?
Of course.
Absolutely.
So God just brought my remembrance. So I'm grateful. So I just started learning how to swim. Like I swam in camp, but I'm learning how to swim, right? And I'm grateful because just earlier this year, I had trouble with my liver and I couldn't even hardly walk. And then I had inflammation from the top of my eyes to the bottom of my ear. I mean, my eyes to my feet, inflammation under my whole body, right? Then I had surgery in January. And then I also had COVID, and then bronchitis and double ear infections, right? And then so when I'm able to get in the pool now, I can swim. I'm grateful because I couldn't hardly move just a year earlier.
That's amazing.
So it's the grateful, and people say, "Oh, this." Don't pity me for nothing that I ever been through, because
Say
it
it.
made me stronger. So don't be like, "Oh, you this and that." No, baby, trust and believe. I'm a heavy hitter because of what I went through.
Absolutely. I love it. Now, first of all, I'm sorry, y'all. Wait a minute. Wait, we got one message back here that's hilarious, first of all.
You know,
My
tension.
cousin is watching. Thank you, cousin.
Oh,
I love you so much. We've all taken something that was supposed to be traumatic and we're making beautiful things from it. So I love you and appreciate you watching, honey love. Blessings, my love. But we got my fool in the background. I love him so
well,
much.
no,
Hello.
you know you can't do. Why, Joy?
That
Why?
Pikachu in the back, shoot him electricity wisdom. I love that though. Woo!
Yo,
Because
honestly, like I
we
just
got to
want to
still
say,
have laughs on the show. We got to still have our laughs.
absolutely, this
Joy?
has been one of the best episodes so far that we've done. I've noticed once we have a guest on, the show gets a little bit better, and like every week that we're doing this, it gets a little bit better. So come on this train. Like every episode is getting better and better and better. And Miss Olet, like hopefully you can come on again and give us some of your energy because you got me ready to go to a wall today. Yo,
That's why I wanted her on the show so bad. She was initially supposed to be my first guest, but when my brother came, I had to hit it with the switch at. But I just like her because her energy is just powerful, and the words she spit fire because it's all facts and it's truth and it's from experience. And
And and I feel it. I feel the words that I say. I feel them. Like I
mhm,
literally feel them. And when I come to anything, I come to give. I don't come to take.
right,
I come. I want to make sure that I'm an asset and not a liability.
mm,
absolutely. You for
that
sure was
part.
an asset, honey love. You definitely, definitely, definitely put that energy out there and you matched our energy so well and it worked out because since Miss Courage voice was down, you picked up the
Hmm.
voice. So we appreciate you. She do too. She get to keep us. But no, this
But
was just an amazing show. You got wait a minute. Hold on, honey love. What you got to say?
I have one thing to say,
Okay.
and this for everybody out there.
Okay.
Check your surroundings.
Hmm.
If you in something, and when you leave, and you still confused about who you are or what's inside of you, you're not engaged with the right people,
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Not a healthy environment at all.
and there's no need. One depressed person can't help another depressed person. I
Oh
don't care.
no. Oh no.
You have to check your surroundings. For
Mm.
me, being part of strengthening you from where I came from now, they didn't see stuff in me that I didn't see in me. But now I be like, you know what? They told is right. I see it. So you just have to check your surroundings, like I said, and I mean, like I said, if they don't bring you nothing, if they don't lift your spirit or you, it ain't worth it.
Be careful
Get me right.
be careful what you feed your eye gate, your ear gate, and your spirit. Be careful who feeds into it. Because it's either gonna be negative or positive. And you're gonna feel it in your spirit.
And remember, everything is a balance. Everything is absolutely a balance. So you can't have positivity without the negativity. You know what I'm saying? But
That
that
part.
don't mean you need to sit with that. You absorb
Mm-hmm.
what's needed and you move on. You don't sit
Mm-hmm.
in that. Certain
Mm-hmm.
things is only meant for the lesson. It ain't meant for you to hold on and stay with. Even some people. So like they said,
That part.
check your surroundings. Because even if
That
they
part right
family,
there.
all family ain't meant to be around you either.
Mm-mm. You can
Mm.
love
Everybody.
her from a distance. You can love her from the distance, but you can protect yourself. Before I used to roll out the carpet to let people use me until I started loving myself. And then now I can say now I taught them how to treat me, right? So I take
Mm-hmm.
them back to school and teach them how to treat me now. And then you have to now I can say, because I didn't have a voice when I was younger. Now I have a voice and I can say, hey, that don't work for me. What you doing to me, that don't work for me.
Right.
You can always make more money, but you can never make more life back. You got to decide where you going to spend your life. You have your birth and you have your death and you have the little dash in the middle. You got to learn where you going to spend that little dash.
Mm.
I
Deep.
know, wasn't that
Mm.
powerful? Okay, boy.
Say
She got me
hallelujah.
ready to run around the room and scream at the top of my lungs. Get the hell out of my mom, you know?
He on fire now. She just spoke this life into us. But that's what it's all about. You want to surround your people. I mean, surround yourself with people who gonna speak life into you, who gonna give you the energy needed to get through. Because some days are gonna be some tough days, and we gonna need you need that person that's gonna speak that life into you and remind you of what you're capable of, and not a pity party, but just
Yeah,
to
no.
remind you of your strength and what you are
Hmm.
actually capable of doing, and not what you can't do, not how hard it is, because nobody said it's gonna come easy, but you're
Ooh,
worth
no.
it. But you got to keep going forward. That's all it's about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over here. My spirit feels like
I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was like kind of angry I didn't get to eat my salad. It's been sitting here the whole time. But, like, I fed my soul on Miss Willette's words, so I'm good. But I just wanna put a bow on this. And kind of pick off back off what you guys said. Check your surroundings and limit the negativity you intake in your life.
Hmm.
Um, like you said, not all people are for you, and even though you may have a history or whatever, and you might not want to break ties with those individuals, but at the end of the day, like the power of positivity is gonna fill you up, and the negative people in your life, leave them in the past. Dust your shoulders with them, because they're just gonna keep continually bringing negativity. We all have that friend or that family member. No matter what happens, it's always a bad day.
yeah,
Always a bad day. And those kind of people are like life suckers. So just keep them to the side and move forward and surround yourself with positive people, and your life is gonna get so much better. And if like Joy said, and courage, we're here for you no matter what. So, like, if you're going through it, reach out to one of us. We'll be more than happy to help you out, and we'll make time for you. Cause we, like I said, we don't get paid for this. We do it because we love you. So
And so
yes.
wisdom, I wanted to piggyback on. I keep piggybacking on wisdom, but so everybody in your life, there's everything in your life. There's a reason, a season, and an expiration date. So people, that's the same thing with people. When you try to keep people in your life past their intended purpose, just like if you try to drink that milk in your refrigerator past the expiration date, it starts to taste nasty, right? It starts to taste nasty. Or even another analogy is like if you going on the elevator, right? You going up on the elevator, people got to get off on their floor.
Right.
So in your life, they have to get off on their floor. But
Right.
while you going up and people getting off on their floor, why other people are getting on because they take you to another level,
Mm-hmm.
and you outgrow people.
mm-hmm.
Facts.
Mm.
Love that. So, Miss Willette, since you didn't spit all this fire at people, tell them where they can find you, honey. They might want to come find you. Tell them your social media stuff, baby.
So you can find me on Facebook as Willette M. Hurst and on Instagram as Hurst Willette. And I'm still working on my website and everything else, but you can find me that way. And I love talking to people.
Well, there you go, y'all. If whenever you ready, you got questions you want to ask or anything you want to talk about with Miss Willette, She loves people. She loves the Lord, and she gonna spit that
Hmm.
fire in you, lift your spirit, and get you all the way together. And you
That
already
part
know.
right there.
You already know how we rolling with strength, courage, and wisdom. Always here forever for you. And you can find us on our website, strengthenyou.org, or Facebook /strive, or Strokes of Him. We everywhere, y'all. Y'all gonna
Yeah,
find
we everywhere.
you gonna find
You're
us.
gonna find us somewhere, you know.
But next week, guys, we're just starting to incorporate this new number thing because we want people to be able to ask their questions and stuff live. So, and get their answers right there from the person. So, if you're feeling interested, you may just want to write the number down and copy it for next week and get ready for asking anything you would like to ask on our show because this is made for you. We love you and we thank you for being a part of our life and our world and these experiences. Never give in to giving up on you. Remember that. Remember your worth and your value. Look, stroke problems.
Uh-huh.
Never. Faith without work is dead. So you can't just be
Hmm.
faithful and not put in no work. You got to put in that energy that you want. We love you. And until next time, my loves.
Bye.
Coming through with the strength in you. Good morning. Coming
Thank
through
you.
with
Thank
the
you.
strength in you. You made it through. Keep coming through with strength in you.